Friday, October 22nd, 1943. Number 18. Dialogue with Gitta. I am wearing a new dress. You chose your dress with care, but dress your soul with even greater care when you're expecting me. I am pleased with the way you dress. Ask. How would it be possible for me to perceive the truth that is concealed behind outer appearances? Do you feel them as two different things? No, but I have a tendency to see only the form. Tendencies and habits are the servants, but you are the master if you realize that you see only half of creation. Pay attention to the other half. You have two eyes, yet you only have one sight. You have two ears, yet you only hear one sound. In you are the two and the one. Ask. How might I keep from disturbing the unity of us four? You repeatedly ask the same question. It is still so difficult for me. It is already so difficult. Rejoice at feeling the difficulty. I feel overburdened and I sigh. Is it so difficult, so heavy? This question causes me to smile and I relax. It is better now. How light is the good, how light is the true. The stone does not know that it is heavy, nor does the corpse. What is freedom? Serving. If you serve, you are united with the divine, and you are free. There is no more weight, no more time, no more measure, no quantity. Oh, if only you could serve. You may ask. What causes the corruption of human sexuality? Animals are able to mate only at certain times, while humans can do so more or less at will. Is that corruption? What is the divine law for humans, and how could we find our way back to it? After a long silence, listen carefully. The sacred force of which you speak is given for the new, but not for an ever-renewing number of bodies. Human beings receive an amount of this creative force equivalent to what is lacking on earth. Not a great number of human beings are needed. The new human is needed. Humankind stole the additional sacred force of this more force, and now it must be paid for dearly. It becomes clear to me that the surplus force of sexuality is for transformation into the new human, and should neither be wasted on sexual extremes nor repressed through asceticism. This new time is approaching when all of this will no longer be. I proclaim the moment. It is near. Rejoice from dawn till dusk. Beauty never before known. Silence. You are the guardian of a sacred force. Share it. Do not keep it for yourself. Then you have nothing to fear. You are still afraid of the old, without cause. Raise the sacred force, and the empty shell is left behind, powerless. How could I always feel the force so as to radiate it without interruption? It is just the opposite. You feel the force only when you radiate it. The sun never sees its rays. Its moons reflect them. Know this, the sun too is but a moon, for everything mirrors the divine light. The divine contemplates itself in us. Be pure mirrors. Clouded, cracked mirrors will be cast away, for they do not serve. What is troubling you? Nothing. I rejoice at your teaching. It is not mine. With each day, it shall become easier for you, and your joy will be perfect. I take leave. Friday, October 22nd, 1943. Number 18, Dialogue with Lily. Listen carefully. Sin cannot be destroyed. In truth, it does not even exist. The name of all sin is the no longer good, the name of all sin. But sin can be transformed by the not yet good. Where is measure? Where is judgment? With alone. Sends sin, that your eyes may see. If you stay below, you judge. You judge others as well as yourself. Above, another way is open to you. These words wipe out the old notions of sin and guilt in me, leaving space for a strong and vibrant feeling of responsibility. Why are we passive when we ought to be active, and the reverse? When do you feel this way, all the time? No. Only acts. If you feel that you act, then you are passive, you are inactive. The true act cannot be felt. You simply feel joyful. Evil only seems to be an act. In truth, it is inactivity. How are breath and soul related? What do you mean by soul? Lily cannot answer, and she remains silent. Do you see what you are asking? What do you sense the soul to be? Lily hesitates and stammers. The highest in us, that which is not body. Everything is body. What for you is ungraspable soul is for me a thick wall. Can you grasp air? Truly, I say unto you, you can. Only what it carries is ungraspable. You drink wine and feel ecstasy. Can you grasp ecstasy? No. The soul is wine, it carries ecstasy. Everything can carry ecstasy. Is the yoga practiced here in Hungary good? What sort of yoga do you mean? Hatha yoga, which comes from India. If it helps, then it is good. Do not judge the seekers. They seek. Though in reality they do not seek, they only believe they do. In reality they imitate. New laws are coming and new grace. The new can be recognized by its namelessness. Even the name of the highest helper became old. The chosen ones already see the nameless new light. The others guard the husks of the old grain. The chaff will be burned, cast into the fire. I have been told that Hatha Yoga helps. Hatha, perhaps. Once again I am amazed at the lively way the angel plays with words, and I smile with pleasure. Hatha also means perhaps in Hungarian. Perhaps this helps, perhaps that helps, perhaps help will come from another perhaps. They wander aimlessly, and there is no balm for their wounds. Be aware, do not leave your own place. Do not stray from your path. Those who stray wander in circles again and again, but you are there at one certain point. The point of certainty is the opposite of perhaps. Everything goes astray, but not you. Behold, you cannot stray, for you never say, perhaps this is good. Everything moves, it twists, it squirms. The solid crumbles, the liquid coagulates. What was certain is no more, terrifying. A narrow bridge spanning the bottomless abyss, that is what you are. Take care of yourselves. Are you afraid to be the bridge? The bridge is well protected, for it is an absolute necessity. Even the deceiver who comes and goes can appear as a bridge, but the eye not focused on the outside detects such deception. Be watchful. I will share a secret with you. One thing remains unknown. There is one thing of which the deceiver is unaware. The new. The deceiver can dress only in the old. This is the key to avoid being misled. The deceiver has led many astray. Engrave this into your heart. In the name of the not yet named, I bless you. Friday, October 29th, 1943, number 19. Dialogue with Gitta. Listen carefully. I teach you the cause of all illness. You do not live for yourself. You are given your daily nourishment in abundance, but not without reason. It becomes a wondrous force in you. But beware if you keep the force only for yourself. Be careful, my servant. If you should sink down, it is not because of too much nourishment taken in, but too little force returned. You hold it back. Repenters and ascetics are not needed. They are not dear to the divine. The new law, the new measure is different. You will receive 5 loaves of bread for feeding 5,000. The holding back of force is the source of all disease. Sin is disease. May this be a lesson to you. I am overwhelmed by what I have heard. Lift up your head, ask with a pure and light heart. My greatest wish is to radiate, but why do I hold back the force? The answer lies in your question. What is a wish? Desire. Not only that, it is a sign of distance. You do not desire something you already have. I realize that radiating is my nature. My task is to become conscious of this and to act accordingly. Created you to shine. But there is a split between you, dividing gesture as though splitting my body in half, and you. I will explain this split, this dark abyss, which is, but which shall not be, is also in you. Created world and creating world, between them, the abyss. Look at yourself. You are the bridge. You cannot wish for creative rays, you cannot long to be the bridge, for to be the bridge is given to you. The bridge is not wishing, but faith. What has not been, what is not now, and yet shall be, is deliverance. Can money provide deliverance? Can sacrifice, generosity, good intentions, or philanthropy lead to deliverance? They all fall into the bottomless pit. They are cast down and devoured by the depths, for they are all nothing without the new. Fathomless depths, in vain do you throw the old into it, for it will never be filled. The ironic tone of the angel's voice is clearly telling me that with monetary donations, self-serving kindness, and so-called love of our neighbors, we will never be able to purchase the peace of soul or deliverance. Thanks be given to the infinite wisdom of the divine that the small child smilingly crosses over the abyss, for truly what was concealed from the wise has now been revealed to you, little children that you are. Without my being aware of it, my hands have clenched into fists. With a radiant smile, when you have smiling faith, your hands will open. I feel that this faith of which the angel speaks is a creative force. Open your hands. I open them and a smile floods through me. Now it is good, for you smile. Ask, how is the human constructed? What are the 7 centers and what is their function? The 7 levels. 3 of them you know, and you think you know the 4th. 3 are created world. 3 are creating world. In the middle is the bridge, which is not knowledge. Stone, grass, and horse are not followed by humankind, but by the human, the union of the 7. It is still difficult for you to grasp. The very soft voice. I am the 5th. I listen with the greatest of intensity as the 7-souled world takes shape for me. The Word is the 4th level revealed. The Word is sacred. The 4th manifestation. It is the bridge between matter and spirit. A horizontal gesture at the level of the mouth. The 4th level is the foundation of the new house. The substance of truth. Take heed. Do not play with it, for from here, another gesture at the level of the mouth, from here, the unredeemed, the bad, the false, leak down and corrupt the first 3 levels. And that is disease. But the word can rise up. It can redeem the 3 lower levels. Only the human has the word. You speak in the name of the divine. I speak only through the one who speaks, for I have no mouth. When I am united with you, I will have one. Heaven bless you all. After the dialogue, I beg Hanna to tell us what she experienced during the teaching of the 7 levels of the world. She sketches a diagram, warning us, however, that she had not been able to perceive the entire hierarchy of the creating world, meaning that the diagram is incomplete. As Hanna draws the curve connecting the animal, number 3, with the angel, number 5, I at last understand what my angel had explained at the very beginning of the dialogues. It and I are united in the task. Do not divide what is one. Now I understand that the instinctive animal side of my being and the angel can only be united through me, the human, the number 4. Then I become a bridge over the separating abyss. Friday, October 29th, 1943. Dialogue number 19 with Lily.
I speak of the death of the highest helper. Of what was the cross made? Of what were the nails made? They were made of the rumors about him that were spread everywhere, the talk about his miracles. The form in which the Spirit dresses is nothing but form. The multitudes attributed the miracles to the form. This is why the highest helper took the cross upon his shoulders. And he bore witness. It was not I, but God who performed the miracle through your faith. You too are a helper. Help comes from the faith of the one who is helped, not from your faith. It is not you who perform the miracle, and not I. It is the faith of the one who is helped that does it. Ask my little servant.
How could we 4 serve better?
Sound and harmony. 4 sounds are not necessarily harmony. Is the sum of all sounds. If you are united, it is a creative force, a small harmony, the foundation of all miracles. Only if your voice resounds purely, without falseness, without pretense, without personal intent, without alteration, only then do you serve in harmony. If individual responsibility is taken for each and every voice, there will be no falsity. The deceiver can sneak only into the false. Ask.
Why am I always so tense?
Think of the cross. His body was stretched upon it. You stretch your body too, but it becomes tense because you give yourself too much importance. Behold, the wonder comes only when you forget yourself. That is the secret of all secrets. You tense yourself in vain. This will not cause you to grow in the least. From the garden next door, the creaking of a rusty hand pump can be heard. So much effort just to pull a little water from the depths, and the rain falls effortlessly. Wells dry out, ponds dry out, the earth dries out. The creaking continues. Everything creaks and rattles. That is the harmony of today. Machines spit out lies with a rattle. The living are shot dead with a rattle. All eyes are lowered. You may ask, in talking with my pupils lately, I sometimes feel myself vibrating all over as if I have a fever. Was this right? Only this is right. This instant is eternal. Then you are. Were you tired afterwards? Oh no. You see, it was good, for it was not you who labored, but the great plan. The helper is the bridge between the one who is helped and the eternal helper, but only as long as it is needed. It seems to me that it is in some way our selfish little I that wants to help more than is really needed, that wants to feel important in helping. I am unsure of so many little things. For example, should I fast? The fasting of all fasting is the help you bring. Fasting in itself does not help at all. Do you know when it is right to fast? When you have overeaten. It would be better if you would simply not overeat. But all this is really irrelevant, my little servant. Pay attention to the more, and the less will serve. What is an outburst of temper, of rage? To burst out means to begin. An outburst is a springboard of force beginning below, then boiling up. But it can still be transformed and guided. Take good care of it. Do not pour it out as rage. Guard it and transform it. It is a sacred force. Only if badly used does the force destroy. On what should I concentrate in my work? As I have already said, your signpost is joy. I cannot say it to you in a better way. It is the surest sign. But there is only one place to find joy, beyond the old me. Within the old me there is no joy. Within the old me is the no longer good. Rejoice evermore in the name of harmony. Soon we will sing in unison to the one joy. Now I clearly see the difference between these words. In the language of the angels, the word person refers to the old me, which no longer serves life. Individuality, in contrast, serves evolution. Friday, November 5th, 1943. Number 20. Dialogue with Gitta. Let us rejoice in the one joy. I say to you,
The bread you are given cannot yet be eaten on earth. It must first be baked in the oven. Do not worry. Neither the bread nor the oven burns, only the wood, known as the personal. In the heat of its fire, edible bread is baked. Listen well. The new already dwells among you. Great wonder. Joy will be your ever-present companion. You shall be given wonders, for you believed without wonders. Ask my servant. I had painstakingly elaborated a theory of vibration in connection with movement and brooded over it for hours. I was quite impressed with my own intelligence. How does motion amplify vibration? Mockingly. What an intelligent question. Now listen to something new. Forget about your head. It is only the first of the servants, and you are its master. But even the greatest of masters is only a foot servant to the divine. If divine force vibrates through you, then serve and do not interfere. Your head is of no use at all. You reach out your hand in vain, in vain. If does not dwell within you, you are but a clown. The servant dons the clothes of the absent master, usurps the role, but upon the master's return, the servant is put to shame. What is meant by Trinity? If you have faith, it is in you. The Creator, the Father, the creation, the Son, the bridge, the Holy Spirit. In truth, one. Ask, how can I avoid falling into my little eye? You cannot fall into the little eye, for you are in it. You all are in it. This little eye is your greatest treasure. Do not wish to leave it. Raise it up. Wood is transformed into light. It is not lost. What a wonder, the little eye! The divine has been forming it for you since the beginning of time, and you, foolish child, despise it. You fool! If you are a good master, it is a good servant. And the impossible becomes possible, and the inedible becomes edible. When does bread become bread? When it is baked. No. Only when it is given to the hungry does bread become bread. I have felt a tremendous pressure the last few days, as if I were being pressed by a vice. What is going on? You are mistaken. That was not a vice. All of the bread that you have not given to the hungry was pressing against you. What is holding me back? There are two bridges, the great and the small. The small bridge is still weak. I sense that with the small, weak bridge my self-confidence is meant. Without a way, the bread cannot come. It is blocked. How can I strengthen my faith in myself? By uniting the two bridges, which in truth are one. A bad servant destroys the bridges so that the master cannot return. But the little child crosses with a smile, and the child is the master. Listen carefully as I repeat. The new, the not yet seen, dwells among you. The small child, the powerful master, the new, the eternal, Eternity is not eternal repetition, but the eternally new. I take leave. Friday, November 5th, 1943. Number 20. Dialogue with Lily.
Spring is coming, heralded by a flower, a blade of grass. Religions, temples, churches, and prophets are also heralds. But with the coming of light and force, there will be no more temples, no more churches. All will be temple and church. Who sees a single flower in the flower-covered meadow? You are not flowers. You are spring. In the divine garden, even spring is but a single flower. Ask.
Why do so few people have faith, and why does it not awaken in them?
A network of concrete roads spans the entire face of the earth. They are broad, wide, and smooth, and madness rides upon them. There are many ways, a tremendous number. Do not be astonished that the small and narrow, the only way, was forgotten. All the forces are consumed by madness. What is madness? A sacred force that withers in captivity. But to you it is given to show the way. Ask.
Why do so few people recognize their calling?
Because they are driven. They do not pay attention to the call. The purest voice is wasted if no one listens to it. Listen carefully. The new eye grows in your eyes. The new ear grows in your ears. The new hand grows in your hands. And you will see, hear, and create. New voice, an old ear? The new ear is needed to hear the calling. The voice too has a body. It carries the inaudible, immortal voice, which is no longer body. You are spring. The new eye, the new ear, the new hand grow at your touch. The new is budding. Ask.
Why is it so hard to help my family?
To the old eye, the near is large and distant is small. Look with the new eye. The near will be small and the distant large. The small still appears large. This deceives you. If the divine is great in you, every task is small, easy, and light.
What is movement?
The greatest of all. Growth is not yet movement. Wind is not yet movement. The flowing of water is not yet movement. Decaying to dust is not yet movement. The wandering of stars is not yet movement. All of these are only reactions, persistence of inertia. Motion dictated by hunger, cold desire, is compulsion, but you are already free to move. The act made freely is movement. The helping hand is movement. The radiating eye is movement. The raising of matter to a new dwelling is movement. New creation, no longer captivity, but deliverance. There is no other freedom. If you awaken this in your pupils, then each of their motions will become movement, not passive captivity. In vain are their nerves, in vain tendons, in vain bones. From nerves, whips, from tendons, cords, from bones, clubs, and from youth, corruption. Only true movement redeems. Teach this, my servant, and bodies will be reborn at your touch. They will rise from their graves, for now they are all dead. They are all dead. Do you accept this task?
I will try. Where should I begin?
Does fear still dwell in you?
I feel that my task is becoming ever greater and more urgent.
Do you know how to begin the movement in yourself? Pronounce these words. I accept it. The true word rises up to the divine and descends back to you as force. The force of the vow springs from you. The word of the vow is seed sown in heaven, and its fruit will fall manyfold back to you. You will have enough to distribute, my servant. Faith sown in heaven. Humans sow all their seeds only in earth, and thus the earth dries out.
I don't quite understand the vow.
Can you comprehend the incomprehensible? Reason stops breathlessly where faith begins. Reason can never reach heaven, for it is of the earth. What is still confusing you?
I do not see the difference between helping and the freely accepted act.
Only the freely accepted act helps, nothing else.
In the ensuing silence, I think of a recent dream which I have not been able to understand. To me.
I speak to you. Your dream is saying, may wonder not be in you, but through you. For you are not a flower, you are spring. Wonder appears in the flower, but who can grasp springtime? If you are wonder, then you are a flower, one among many.
Addressed to Lily.
Does doubt still dwell in your heart?
I can hardly bear the abundance I receive.
You will bear it. I depart.